Hello and welcome to the video. I've been helping my friend Gavin learn German, so I wanted to make this video because there's some confusion about der, die, das, den, and dem in German. It's very confusing, right? Because all of them mean the. And if you don't take a second to just appreciate when this one, then this one, when this one, then this one, it's kind of tricky. So real quick, just very simply, der is masculine, right? So der Mann, the man. Die is feminine, so die Frau, woman. And then das is neutral, like das Haus, house. And that's really all you need to know. If this is the subject, it's normal, right? So the subject in the sentence, I'd never really learned grammar in English, but the subject does the action, right? So the subject does action, right? So for example, der Mann steht da. The man stands there. So this is the subject of the sentence. If it's the subject, it's called nominative in German. Nothing changes. So that's nice. That's simple. This is where it gets messed up, though. This is where it gets not fun. If it's the direct object, only one of them changes. Direct object, which is like the subject does the action to direct object. So like, ich sehe den Mann. So this is the only one that changes. If it's, right, because I see the man. So it becomes, I see the man. It's not, ich sehe der Mann. Nein, den Mann. And so if you look at it this way, it's literally ridiculously simple. Right, so in this one, der, die, das, for nominative, just normal. Then if you're going to do the subject, this becomes den. This one has die. This one has das. So it's all that changes is den. That's all you need to know. Ich sehe den Mann. One more example for you. Das ist ein Essen mit den Kartoffeln. Der Kartoffel? Yeah, I think that would work. Ich esse den Kartoffel. I'm 99% Kartoffel. 99% sure. Oh, I can just check right here. Let's check for you. I can't check. Is Kartoffel feminine or masculine? Please. Die Kartoffel. Nein. Okay, das passt nicht because it would just be die Kartoffel. Okay, so that didn't work. Sorry about that one, but you could say ich das Buch, den Tisch. Okay, ich sehe den Tisch because der Tisch. That one I'm pretty sure about. So ich sehe den Tisch, right? So only one that changes masculine. So that's easy, right? All that, it makes perfect sense. Now is where it gets really hard. Not that hard, but if it's like the second part of the sentence, how do I even want to explain this? So like, ich gebe dem Mann den Ball. I think this is right. I'm pretty sure. I'm testing myself here too, but I give the man the ball. So it's like, I is subject. Ball is direct object. Man is indirect object. So that's why it becomes dem Mann. So that's the tricky one because in this one, it goes from, they all change. So der Mann becomes dem Mann. Die Frau becomes der Frau. Das Mädchen becomes, we'll just use house again, dem Haus. So that's the good thing, is it gets normal. So I'll put this all in a chart for you. And then there's a very specific time and place where you always know based on a certain like preposition. Let me make a new word. How to make a new word? Okay. Let's go here. So if we come back to this, if we come up here, and we'll make the whole chart just so you can have it in one place. Oh, I'm going to draw it. So we have der, normal, subject. Then we have die. Then we have das. Then it becomes, if it's the object, so object, it becomes den. It becomes die. It becomes das. So nothing changes except for this special snowflake. Now, if it's the indirect object, it becomes dem with a M. Then it becomes der, and it becomes dem too. So really, these are the only ones that change. Oh, that's so ugly. These are the only ones that change. And it's fairly simple because two of them are the same. This one you've already seen, just in a different form. So that's all you really need to know, right? So I'll give you one more example. Well, the most important thing is with the prepositions, right? So there's certain prepositions, like parts of sentence. I'll give you it. So durch, für, gegen, ohne, right? So this is through, for, against, without, like around, kind of. And so these are the ones that turn it into Accusative, which is like the same one. Accusative, I guess it doesn't have that, which is these. So these turn into this. So the only thing, if you see any of these words, then masculine, der. Then der becomes den. So for example, ich mache das für den Mann. I do that for the man, right? Ich spiele gegen den Mann. If it was gegen die Frau, it would just stay die Frau. Or gegen das Mädchen, it would stay too, right? So the only one that changes is den Mann. So easy, right? So anytime you see one of these words, just these 5 words, it turns into one of these. There are some that can be back and forth depending on movement, but these are the easy ones. One more thing I'll show you in terms of prepositions, then we're going to end this video. Okay, so then there's aus, außer, bei, mit, nach, seit, von, zu. Anytime you see these, it becomes what's called dative, which means we use the special ones, the all change. So this would be dative, meaning dem, der, dem. And the special thing is, you don't need to think about this that hard. You just need to be aware of the concept, because then when you go consume content, which is the really important thing if you actually want to learn, you just notice it, right? Let me see. Kommt aus der Schweiz. He comes from Switzerland. But usually it's die Schweiz. So this one, aus der Schweiz. And that's a good example. Just know that it's aus der Schweiz, right? But anytime it's aus, it becomes this way. So another good example. Ich spiele mit blah 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 Mann. What do you think the blah 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 is? Right, dem Mann. How about ich spiele mit blah 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 Frau. Right, der Frau. So that's the high level. Oh, I forgot to fucking tell you what these mean. So this is from, a country. This is besides. This is by. This is with. This is to. Usually cities. Nach in New York. To New York. Yeah, cities and countries. Then there's seit, which is obviously since. Von, which is obviously from. Zu, which is also to. like smaller things. So that's the high level. Come back for a sec. Right. So der, die, das, these are the normal ones. If you have a direct object, the der becomes den. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. And with indirect objects, which we could talk about another time, like ein, it's the same like meta pattern. So it's not that hard. Eine. Is very similar too. But these also change, right? It becomes einen. This one doesn't change. X. This one doesn't change. Then later it changes with the direct objects, indirect objects. I hope this gave you a way to like kind of visualize it, especially this chart. Let's make it one more time beautiful. Let's make it beautiful. You know what? I think we did enough. So this is it. How to use der, die, das, dem in German with prepositions. Hope it helps, and talk to you later. Bye.